If you are traveling on the London Underground, for the first time you might have few questions in your mind. How can I use the tube to get around central London and beyond? Where should I get the ticket information? Is there any step-by-step guide for it? What are the operating hours and many more? Let's start with all the key information you need to know about London Underground. The London Underground network is divided into 9 zones. Central London is Zone 1. The tube network has 11 lines. The tube fare depends on how far you travel, the time of day, and the payment method you use. Oyster cards or contactless payments are the cheapest ways to pay for tube journeys. Tube services usually run from 5 a.m. until midnight. Night tube services run on selected lines on Friday and Saturday evenings. Let's get a little bit of overview of what is the London Underground and why is it called the tube. The London Underground is often called the tube because of the shape of tunnels. The London Underground is one of the oldest metro systems in the world. When the Central Line Railway opened in 1900, it was called the Twopenny Tube, referencing the price of a ticket. The nickname has stuck ever since. Let's talk about London Underground zones and lines. London's public transport network is divided into 9 travel zones. Zone 1 is in central London, and zones 6 to 9 are on the outskirts of the city. Now, the London Underground network has 11 lines. Bakerloo, Central, Circle, District Hammersmith, Jubilee, Metropolitan, Northern, Piccadilly, Victoria and Waterloo and City. The network covers a total of 272 stations, and it is operated by Transport of London. London's Elizabeth Line connects London Heathrow Airport and Readings to Sheffield and Abbey Wood via Major Central. London Underground and rail stations, including Paddington, Liverpool Street and Canary Wharf stations. The map we showed you was from Official Transport for London to help you get around. You can pick up a London Underground map upon arrival at any London tube station. London Travel Information Centres sell tickets and provide free maps, and you'll find centres at Victoria, Piccadilly Circus and King's Cross St. Pancras stations, as well as at visitor information centres. Now the next question is how to pay, and what are the payment options on the tube. The easiest and cheapest way to travel on the London Underground is by using pay-as-you-go, with a visitor Oyster card, travel card, or contactless payment card. Let's talk about visitor Oyster card. It's best for short-stay tourists who want a hassle-free option. Oyster card best for regular visitors or residents staying longer. Contactless payment card, best for visitors and residents who don't want to carry a separate card. Travel card, best for visitors or residents planning multiple journeys in central London. Let's talk about peak and off-peak fares. Difficult travel fares apply depending on what day of the week and what time of day you travel on the London Underground and which zones you travel through. Peak and off-peak fares are charged based on the time you touch in. When using pay-as-you-go on the London Underground, peak and off-peak fares are charged at the following peak and off-peak times. Peak fares are from Monday to Friday, between 6:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. and between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Off-peak fares are at all other times, and if you travel from a station outside Zone 1 to a station in Zone 1 between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. from Monday to Friday, you will get an off-peak fare. Let's dive into how to use the London Underground. What are the best apps for navigating the London Underground? The TfL Go and City Mapper. London apps are the most widely used and efficient mobile applications to travel on the London Underground network. Download the TfL Go app on your smartphone to top up your pay-as-you-go credit, buy travel cards, check your balance, and find the best routes to reach your destination. The City Mapper app simplifies public transport in London by providing live, up-to-the-minute information and multiple route options. Features include disruption notifications, offline maps, transport ticket prices, taxi fares, and more. How to tap in and out correctly. To travel on the London Tube, simply tap on your phone, contactless card, Oyster card, or visitor card on the yellow card, reader when you start your journey, and again when you end your journey. If you do not tap in and out every time, the system will not know which journey you have made, and you may be charged a maximum fare. The next step is finding the right platform and train direction. Once you've worked out what tube line to take to get your chosen destination, head to the correct platform, which depends on the direction you are heading. The tube trains. Direction is indicated on station signs, directing you to platforms, on digital screens announcing incoming trains, as well as on the front of London Underground trains. Digital screens on tube platforms also display arrival times and service updates, essential for navigating the London Underground during peak times. You can also look out for poster-sized maps on station walls, platforms, and above seats within the train to help direct you to your destination. Once on board, listen for announcements, identifying the next step in any interchange opportunities. When it's time to exit the train, look for signs directing you to street level or connecting services inside the station. Travel tips and etiquette on the tube. London Underground travel etiquette. Stand on the right when using escalators. Wait for passengers to leave the train before boarding. Move down inside the tube carriages while traveling so you don't block the doorway for other passengers. Stand behind the yellow line while waiting on platform. Offer your seat to anyone who is unwell, elderly, pregnant, or traveling with small children. Tips for avoiding crowds and rush hour. Avoid traveling during morning and evening rush hours. Trains run frequently, so there's no need to rush for the train. Just wait for the next available service. Useful practice tips. Check the gap when boarding or exiting the train. Hold on to the rails if you are standing during your journey. If you're carrying luggage, board at the raised platform areas on the train. Download TfL Go app for live train times and to plan your journey, or visit one of the TfL visitor centers. London Tube operating hours. Tube standard, which usually runs from 5 a.m. to around midnight. From Monday to Saturday. Reduced hours on Sundays. Exact last train times vary by line and station check signage. Ask staff or use the TfL Journey Planner for live times. Night Tube runs on Friday and Saturday nights. Victoria Central Jubilee. Northern and Piccadilly lines only. Accessibility on the London Underground. Access to most tube stations is via staircases or escalators, but some London Underground stations have step-free access. The tube map indicates which stations are step-free. Now here are the most frequently asked questions. What are some common route questions? How to travel between Heathrow Airport and Central London. The Piccadilly line connects London, Heathrow Airport to Central London and the rest of the London Underground network. Talking the tube is cheaper than riding the Heathrow Express or the Elizabeth line, but it takes longer. The journey time to Piccadilly Circus is about 50 minutes. Heathrow Airport has 3 tube stations, serving Terminals 2 and 3, Terminal 4 and Terminal 5. London Underground services leave Heathrow every few minutes from 11:40 p.m. How to get to London City airports from Central London. London City Airport is also connected to the London Underground network. The airport has its own stop on the Docklands Light Railway, DLR, which connects to Canning Town, Stratford and Bank stations. Services run every 4 to 10 minutes. What are the alternative ways to travel around London? For alternative public transport options, London's extensive bus network is an ideal mode of transport for shorter trips. A bus fare in London costs just €1.75, and it allows you to admire the capital's landmarks from ground level.